What's good, people? It's your boy Clay and the Spurs fan. I'm here with a brand new video. If you could give me a like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. Now, let's get straight into it. I've been getting plenty of questions, and not even like questions to myself. I've just been seeing comments everywhere and people talking about the DeJounte Murray and Derek White situation when DeJounte Murray comes back. Now, I want to just go ahead and go live so I can get some people live reaction or some people's comments in on the chat and what they think about it. But I'm going to go ahead and be completely honest with you. So when we're talking about who starts, let me just tell you my perspective. So I just got off of a podcast and it had me thinking. I got off a podcast with Spurs Way podcast. Check them out on Instagram, Spurs Way. They're awesome. And they asked me the question, who would I rather start? DeJounte Murray or Derek White? First off, let's just go ahead and go with the scenario in which we're saying that only one of them can start. So let's say that one player can start at point guard. Who is it going to be? I will have to say this, and this is not hindsight. This isn't, oh, he's playing well, so now I'm saying it. No. I was saying this since last season when he was getting garbage time. I would start Derek White at point guard. Now, before people go crazy and say, how are you going to do that against DeJounte Murray? Did you forget all his double-doubles? Did you forget his all-team defense? Calm down. The reason why I would start Derek White at point guard is because he embodies a San Antonio Spur point guard. He's good with pace. He has that natural court vision that only true point guards have. And you know what I'm saying when I say this. He has that natural vision on the court. I've been saying it since last season. He sees things that none of us can see. He makes plays just like Manu could do it, just like Tony Parker could do it. He makes things happen. He sees plays before they happen, like a quarterback. That's why he will be a starting point guard for me. I would say if you had to start one of them at point guard, it will be Derek White. Now, this is what I would like to see happen. If DeJounte Murray has developed a jump shot, as we all believe he has, if he has developed a jump shot, then I'm quick to say DeJounte Murray starts as shooting guard. He already plays like a shooting guard as far as his attack, his mentality, everything. And I don't want to hear the fact that, oh, well, he's only 6'5", so he can't play a shooting guard. No. Bryn Forbes might be labeled at 6'3", I think. There's no way the man is 6'3". At least on the court, he looks about 6 foot, 6'1". So, in that perspective, I am quick to say DeJounte Murray could play starting shooting guard if he can shoot. Now, here's the problem. And I said this on the podcast, and I didn't have much time to elaborate on there, but I'm saying it on here, on my platform. Listen, here's the thing. The reason why I'm afraid of saying Derek White can just start and DeJounte Murray can come off the bench. DeJounte Murray is not like a Manu Ginobili. And that's fine. He's not like a Tim Duncan necessarily. He reminds me a little bit more of a Tony Parker, in which he has a little bit more of an ego. And I feel as if what he's trying to do, he wants to get a little more recognition. He wants to get a little more fame. Of course, and when I say fame, I know people are going to automatically say, oh, my God. Chulo just said he's a diva. Okay, well, slow down. He wants, which is fine. He wants a little more recognition. He does. And when it comes to being a San Antonio Spur player, I feel like you're on a thin rope when it comes to that. Because if you're not starting as a San Antonio Spur and you already don't get that much recognition, even when you're starting, if you're coming off the bench, you're really not going to get recognition. And I'm afraid that as his career goes on, as he gets better, and as we see him develop even more as a star, I'm afraid that San Antonio might not be enough. And I used to never feel that way when we got players. But ever since the Kawhi situation, I'm very mindful of it now. So here's my thing. If he can't start as shooting guard, that might be an issue. If he can't start alongside Derek White, it might be a problem. And I know people are quick to say, well, Clan, I know how to solve it, dude. All you have to do is freaking start DeJounte Murray, let Derek White come off the bench because Derek White doesn't have any type of ego. He'll be fine with it. The problem with me saying that Derek White should come off the bench, the problem with that notion that Derek White should come off the bench, Derek White has the type of game in which when he starts as a point guard, he is a true point guard in which he needs the duration of the entire game to get a flow. He needs the duration of the entire game to know, okay, I can try this. Okay, the defense has been showing me this all game. Okay, now I'm going to attack this area. Okay, this player has been playing like this all game. That's like quarterback mentality. Just like in football, you can't just switch up quarterbacks in the middle of a game. You can't, have one quarterback in, your backup, and then put it in Tom Brady. No. A quarterback, as bad as they're playing during a game, they need the entire game because at the end, they might make that play that no one else saw possible to make. That's the type of player Derek White is. He is a true point guard. DeJounte Murray is more of an attack first, hustle player, play good defense, chase after the ball. That is great. But there is a difference. And I'm not saying he's this, but there is a difference between a Chris Paul type player and a Patrick Beverley type player. Is Murray better than Patrick Beverley? Yeah, hell yeah. But I'm just saying that the type of mentalities that those two players have are totally different. Derek White needs the duration of the game. So with me saying that, I would have to have Derek White start. That's the only way this can work. Derek White has to start at point guard. And I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. And I'm sure plenty of people feel that way. And this isn't, a lot of people just think, oh, you just hate on DeJounte Murray. No, I don't just hate on DeJounte Murray. But I will be honest when I see things. I'm not going to just sit here and say, oh, I love everybody and the Spurs are just perfect and all the players are just great. No, they make mistakes just like anybody else. And I'm looking at their style of play, and DeJounte Murray is just a different type of guard. And he is not a true point guard. So as far as me saying who, and I know, and look, I understand that you can develop a jump shot. You can develop certain skills. You can develop a new hook shot. You can develop free throw shooting. You can develop three-point shooting. You can develop, a new crossover. But one thing I've seen just watching the NBA, one thing you cannot develop is that court vision. It just doesn't happen. You can get better at it, but there's at least games in which you see a spark of that court vision. He don't have it like that. He just doesn't. When you look at a Ricky Rubio, he just kind of got it. I mean, he come into the league, he just kind of got it. You see it. You see sparks of it. Chris Paul, you just kind of see it. Some of the great, even LeBron James, you saw it as soon as he got in the league. You just have that vision. Manu, you just have it. It's just something that, yes, watching film and everything and seeing how players usually react, you just got it. And not only that, Derek White is the type of player like those other point guards and, just playmakers that I mentioned. He's that type of player where he doesn't just make a pass because, oh, that's the open guy. There's plenty of plays, if you pay attention to him, he knows exactly what he's doing. It's the things that he don't do. It's the plays that he don't try to make that makes him a great point guard. It's the things where someone seems open, but he's like, nah, they're kind of playing zone over there. Oh, no, they're trying to bait me. That's a true point guard. Now, so this whole discussion, this debate between who starts at point guard, DeJounte Murray or Derek White, I honestly don't understand the idea that DeJounte Murray should start at point guard. I don't understand it. I've been saying it since last season, so this is not hindsight. If you want to do the work and go on my Instagram page, Spurs Wave, and go all the way down to last season when Derek White was not even getting playing time, I was one of the only people saying that I believe in him and I think that he should be the starting point guard when he wasn't even playing. So I'm telling you, I believe in this situation, this whole debate, I'm not gonna necessarily say it's silly. I'm not gonna necessarily say it's dumb. But as far as who starts at point guard, come on. I mean, that's just my take on it. Let me see what some of you guys saying. DJ is point guard also. I don't see it, man. I'm gonna read through these. You can't have 2 point guards. It's not gonna really work like that, man. It's not gonna work like that. You can't have 2 point guards like that. And the thing is when you say that, oh, he's a point guard also, he's a point guard by, I mean, definition. I mean, he's a point guard by position. You can put LaMarcus Aldridge at point guard and say, oh, he's a point guard. DeJounte Murray is not that type of player. DeJounte Murray is a more of a type of player, which is fine. It's great. And he's the type of player, and let me say this right now so no one thinks that I'm hating. He is the type of player that any team needs. Every single team needs a DeJounte Murray. Every single one. You need a guy like that. You need a guy that hustles for the ball, hustles for rebounds, hustles to the rim, hustles for loose balls, hustles on defense. He is great. He got length. He's great. He's great. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say with a straight face to you guys that he's a point guard. I don't see it. I don't see it. Hold on. Let me read some of these. So what's your starting lineup then? I've been thinking White, Murray, DeMar, Gay, Aldridge. Honestly, if Murray has a jump shot, it would have to be Derek White, DeJounte, DeMar, LA, and Jakob. I've been wanting a straight up defensive lineup for a minute. White being so good makes you not want to bring him off the bench, but he seems like the type that will if need be. Exactly. This is the thing. This is the thing. Like I said before, I don't think DeJounte Murray is that type of player that's just going to come off the bench. Maybe for a minute he'll be okay with it, but he seems like the type of player and we've had experience with it with Tony Parker. He eventually just won't. Now he'll handle it like a professional. It's not like he's going to cry about it or whine about it. But similar to Tony Parker, similar to Pau Gasol, I don't think he's going to be okay with just coming off the bench. He's not that type of player. He feels as if he's on the court, things can happen. He wants to show his skill. He wants to show how great he is. And at the same time, he has other things going on where he wants a little stardom. It's kind of obvious at this point that he wants a little stardom. And in this situation, I would much rather Derek White just start at point guard and DeJounte Murray try to start at shooting guard. Because Derek White is the type that he will not mind coming off the bench. But we don't need him coming off the bench because he's going to need that whole the minutes. He's going to need the starting minutes to know, okay, I can make this type of play in the fourth quarter. I can try this in the fourth quarter. I can try this shot in the fourth quarter. This guy's playing this way on DeMar DeRozan. Okay, he makes everyone better. He knows exactly what he's doing, and you can see it. He is an opportunist. He is the perfect type of point guard. Last game against the Atlanta Hawks, I won't say he was necessarily quiet because he wasn't. He was putting up blocks and rebounds and assists and all that. But in the fourth quarter, he went 4 for 5 on a stretch. That doesn't just happen. That happened because he was the starter. That happened because he saw things on the court that no one else saw. And he knew, okay, now I can attack this way. Okay, the team needs me. I'm going to put the team on my back. And I know for a fact I can probably get in that crease right there because they've been playing this way all game. This doesn't just happen. He plays chess as a point guard. He doesn't play checkers. He plays straight up chess. Let me see what you guys are saying. Derek have a lot of extra points than Murray with his jumper ability. Pop will figure something out. He's the GOAT after all, of course. Maybe the hype around DJ's improvement jumper over the offseason is for real. Never got a chance to see, unfortunately, but we will find out. If so, then I definitely obviously think that that would help space. And here's the thing. We're constantly talking about his jump shot. the thing is, I'm trying my best not to seem like I'm hating on the dude because I really do like DeJounte Murray's game. I really, really do. And I mean that with the bottom of my heart. I really enjoy his game. But even the thing that we're talking about as far as did he improve his jump shot? So tell me what does DeJounte Murray do well? I'll just say it for you. He attacks the rim. He gets rebounds. He plays hard defense. That's great for any team. Don't get me wrong. But when we start getting in the realm of does he have a jump shot, I haven't heard one person, people that are the biggest DeJounte Murray fans, I haven't heard one person ever state DeJounte Murray passes so well or DeJounte Murray's court vision is so great. I have not seen it. No one has ever mentioned that. And it's not just he's a point guard, he's a San Antonio Spur point guard. It is a very complicated offense. There's a lot of plays they have to run. There's a lot of patience you need with Popovich. There's a certain pace that Popovich wants you to run that offense. And if we're not thinking about that, if we're not thinking about the fact that our point guard doesn't have great court vision, we're worried about his jump shot. Sometimes you don't need a point guard to be shoot first. You just don't. That's why I would much rather DeJounte Murray be shooting guard. So the whole question, DeJounte or Derek White as far as starting point guard, Derek White, hands down. But DeJounte Murray definitely is a starter in this league. So he would have to be shooting guard. He would have to take a different role. Whether he'll be okay with that or not, I don't know. Let me see. He is really good at getting to the basket, just needs work on finishing. Who is that? I don't know what you're talking about. Damn, you are saying pure facts, brother. I appreciate it, but I'm just being honest because this is how I felt for a long time. It's not like I'm just now getting on here and saying Derek White is playing so great. He's our starting point guard. No. I've been saying this for a long time, and I believe things happen for a reason. And I didn't know it was going to happen like this, and I hate that it happened like this. But I knew eventually Derek White would be the starting point guard. I felt like he would show too much promise for them not to try it out. But Pop loves DeJounte Murray so much that Derek White wasn't really going to get that shot like we're seeing right now. Both play to their strength. Okay. And I want to mention one more thing. Okay, let me see. Okay. All right, this is a good one. Different perspective. DJ needs to start to set the defensive tone, I feel. Plus, his wingspan is quite long, so that will worry opponents. But he needs to understand the ball cannot be in his hands as often. If he and White can share the ball, that'd be awesome. Okay, well, hey, you're fair with it. I guess that wasn't really that different of a perspective. Here's another question I want to just throw out there. And people that's in the chat, people that's liking the video, I appreciate it. But let me ask you a question. This is going to be a quick question. Between DeJounte Murray and Derek White, can you name one thing that DeJounte Murray does better than Derek White? I'm going to let y'all answer that. Can you name one thing that he does better? Defense, hustle. I disagree. So you're trying to tell me now, I'm not saying maybe defense, but not by much. Rebound, put back. Okay. So you saying, so I saw defense, I saw rebounding, I saw putback, smaller forehead. That is hilarious. That is really funny. Push the pace, drive hard. Okay, see, we don't need to push the pace when you're San Antonio Spurs. You need half-court offense. Okay, so let me say this. Here's the thing. You said defense. I disagree with that. I disagree that you're saying that DeJounte Murray is a better defender than Derek White. Do you realize that this last game, when Derek White put up 18 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and 6 blocks, that the only Spurs players to ever do that was David Robinson and Tim Duncan? Do you realize that? 6 blocks from a point guard. Not only that, Popovich has been putting him on every single star in the NBA, and he has played beautifully on them. Even James Harden. James Harden is shooting the second, I think it's the last 3 seasons, he's shooting the second worst free throw percentage against Derek White than anybody else. I think first is actually Kawhi Leonard. Who would have known? But first is Kawhi Leonard, and second is Derek White. I totally disagree when you say that DeJounte Murray is a better defender than Derek White. Is Derek White a better defender? No. I think they're probably even as far as we're going to say who's a better defender. They're probably even. One of the reasons why DeJounte Murray is such a great defender is the wingspan, his hustle, he's going after steals. That's another reason. Now, somebody else said, okay, I was going to get to that. Calm down. Yeah, he has 6 blocks. He has 6 blocks. The only other Spur to ever do those numbers with 18, 9, 6, and 6, did that or better, was David Robinson, who did it 4 times. Of course, I mean, man had a quadruple double before, and Tim Duncan. Those are the only 2 Spurs. And keep in mind that they're like 7 foot something. So, okay. So let me say this. Now, you also said rebounding. Derek White is a hell of a rebounder. Now, when I think about last season, and DeJounte Murray got a lot of rebounds last season, I'm also thinking in the perspective that we were low on big men completely. Now, yeah, we had Dedmon. I think we had Dedmon last season, right? I mean, we were low on big men last season. It was forced. The guards were forced to make sure they got rebounds. And not only that, Derek White, just my eye test, Derek White is just good as a rebounder. The only difference is, of course, that Murray wingspan. So when we're saying who's a better rebounder, Derek White getting as many rebounds as he does with the pretty decent rebounders that we have on this squad is pretty impressive. Let's see. Bruh, I just hate this conversation. Y'all are intentionally segregating the team. No, I am not segregating the team. I'm telling you right now, I've only mentioned this because I've been seeing comments on my thread. I've been seeing people constantly bringing up these 2 and people asking me, who do I believe should start? I'm not segregating the team whatsoever. DeJounte Murray should start. And I said that already. The only thing is he should start as shooting guard. And there's nothing wrong with, I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying that. He should start as shooting guard. And it's not hate or anything like that. It's just that, look, I'll say this, just to be fair. I think Derek White makes a better point guard, but I think DeJounte Murray makes a better shooting guard than Derek White could. That's just me. Derek White is more of a pass first type player. So I would see him being in more of a point guard than a shooting guard. So one is better at one position and the other is better at another position. That's just how I see it. Let me see. What else did you guys say? You said hustle. I don't know how we measure hustle, but at the same time, DeJounte Murray is a great hustler. I think Derek White is an excellent hustler as well. I mean, hustle isn't just chasing after loose balls. I would say hustle is also dunking on a 7'1" center like he did last night. So I would say he has a lot of hustle as well. So once again, is there anything else that you could say? I said everything I could as far as what one does better than the other. I just don't. Who has better? I don't know what you're talking about. Stop it, bro. Murray will be point guard on defense and White in the offense. Simple as that. What does that mean? Murray, hold on, I'm trying to get it. Murray will be point guard on defense and White on the offense. What? What does that mean? Can somebody explain to me what that meant? I'm so confused. Okay, are you saying that you would put DeJounte? What? so confused. Okay, you're saying that. Hold on. You're saying that you will put DeJounte Murray a point guard at defense. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Unless you're trying to say that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Murray would defend the opponent point guard and White the shooting guard. And when we have the ball, White will be the point guard and Murray the shooting guard. It doesn't. Dude, every game is different. You're not going to just have the shooting guard the point guard all the time. I mean, just think about when we had Kawhi. I mean, we could easily say Kawhi just guard the point guard all game. It doesn't really work like that. You're going to have players guard different people. DeJounte Murray might be quicker on his feet, so maybe he would guard the point guard. But in certain situations, Derek White may play better on the point guard, and we're fine with that. Or DeJounte Murray might have to guard the small forward. Like you can't just say, oh, DeJounte Murray is our point guard on defense. That's not really how it works. I'm on here for a while, y'all. We should draft a wing. Yeah. Means both play. DJ has better hops. That's what you were saying. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know if DJ has better hops than Murray. I would say they're about the same as far as DJ and White. I would say that DJ's wingspan maybe helps him with rebounding, maybe a little more than Murray, maybe. But as far as who has larger hops, I would say their style is just different because you look at DeJounte Murray, he has that wingspan that's like, he's so athletic that helps him, with the hops. And then Derek White is more like a cat where it's like it doesn't look like he's going to get there, but he's so fast to pop up, he'll get there. So it's just totally different. I won't say one has more hops than the other. I mean that both. Okay, he's reiterating. I mean both of them will be point guard, shooting guard at the same time. That's what. They can't be point guard and shooting guard at the same time, man. I don't understand what you're trying to. Look, why is this so? This is just my opinion. White is a point guard. That's just who he is. He wouldn't make a decent, but he wouldn't make a great shooting guard. He wouldn't make a great small forward, but he makes a great point guard. DeJounte Murray does not make a great point guard, but he could make a great shooting guard, a good small forward at times because he's 6'5". But you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, y'all? One is better at point guard than the other. The other is better at shooting guard than the point guard. I don't think that's really like insulting anybody by saying that. Just because you're not the point guard, the starting point guard, doesn't mean that you're trash. Doesn't mean that you're not good. You know what I mean? Murray's athleticism is obvious and rangy. I think that's what I mean. White is more sneaky and controlled. Boom. There you go. Perfect. Oh, you meant rangy. Okay. Yeah, perfect. This guy, I'm going to shout you out. Shaw M said it perfectly. He said Murray's athleticism is obvious and rangy. White's is sneaky and controlled. Exactly. That was a perfect way of putting that. Okay, bro. Okay. You're back on this again. Okay, with the point guard, shooting guard situation. Because I'm very confused, Kevin. I'm really confused. And I'm not trying to shout, like, mess with you or nothing like that. I'm really trying to understand what you're saying. So he says, bro, look the Thunder when they have Westbrook and Schroeder in the court or on the court. They both can play point guard, or the Rockets will play Paul and Harden. That's not okay. I totally understand what you're saying. I do. I totally understand what you're saying. Here's the difference. First off, Schroeder does play point guard more so when Westbrook isn't on the court. And I understand what you're saying. But Schroeder is a good shooter, so he makes a good shooting guard. The same thing with Chris Paul and Harden. Chris Paul is a just overall great player, and he can shoot very well. Harden is an overall great player. So you can kind of, I know what you're saying, but you can kind of switch between. This isn't that type of situation. And another thing, Schroeder has had to play point guard plenty of times in his career. So Schroeder has that court vision like a point guard. He just does. I've seen it many of times. Schroeder has it. Westbrook has it as well. Chris Paul has it, and James Harden has it. Both of those guys could put up 20 assists in a game. We don't have that. There's a little bit of difference between those guys where they can switch back and forth between being a point guard and our situation with Derek White and Murray. I don't think that Derek White and Murray are the equivalent of Paul and Harden because DeJounte Murray doesn't have that court vision like some of the guys you mentioned. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying because you're saying that 2 point guards can coexist. Yes. That's the problem. I don't think we have 2 point guards. I just don't. I think that he's more of a shooting guard. Is that crazy, y'all? I don't know. I just want to see Lonnie shine already. Me too. I think you're underestimating DJ's point guard skills. Okay. What's up? That's why a 2 point guard system would work. Having both on D would be lethal. Yes, on D would be lethal. I'm not worried about it, y'all. I'm not. I think this is a good problem to have. If DeJounte Murray got a jump shot, we good. But as far as you're saying me underestimating his point guard skills, I don't know. Maybe I have to look back at some of his games, but just me having the eye test, remember watching him all season long last season, I didn't really see that natural point guard ability. Most of his plays were things that, yeah, we just saw it. You know, we saw this person open. Yeah, he found him. Yeah, we saw this person open. We found. The thing about Derek White is he makes this type of play where you're watching it, you don't see any. There's no hope for this play. That's just how he is. There's no hope for this play. There's no way he's going to get it to anybody. This is going to be a turnover. And then somehow, some way, he finds a crease. And the next thing we know, LaMarcus Aldridge got the ball on a roll. And we're like, where did that come from? How did you even get the ball? You know, he's the type of guy where you have to zoom in like a Steve. I'm not saying he's as great as Steve Nash. Come on now. But like, just like Steve Nash, it's like, I don't see where he's going to pass this. This is going to be a turnover. He's going to get blocked. And then he gets the ball off. It's like, damn, where'd that come from? White better at pick and roll. DeJounte better at pushing it in the fast break. That is true because he's so athletic. They can play off each other depending on Pop wants to put. Look, they can definitely play off each other. DeJounte got a jump shot. I'm happy. You said DeJounte is a good point guard. Y'all, I think he's y'all. Murray could potentially be that Dwayne Wade archetype. Okay. I mean, I got you. Start Murray, but share his minutes with Forrest, Marco, and Patty. So start Murray at where? Shooting guard, point guard. I've been on here for a while talking to y'all. I'm okay though. I mean, I'm not just gonna leave y'all hanging. Hey, when you get tired, I get tired. If somebody else got some different perspectives you want to say or want to bring up, I'm with it, dog. Like I love talking about this stuff. Let me see if I missed any comments because I know I went on like a rant at the beginning of the video. So let me go all the way to the beginning. And please, guys, there's plenty of people that's in here or people that's coming in and coming out, coming in, coming out. If you want to leave a comment, say it. You know, if you think that, you know, you don't agree with me, that's cool. I'm not. Let's see. I'm not going to be upset because you disagree. It's fine. Like I don't care. I mean, we're all Spurs fans. At the end of the day, we want every single Spurs player to play well. At the end of the day, that's all we want. Both them do next question. Oh, both them start next question. Okay, that was the beginning of the video. Why is the new Ginobili? Whoa, Chulo. Whoa, next Ginobili. Calm down now. He's a little more controlled than Ginobili. And Ginobili, my favorite NBA player of all time. Any thoughts on the draft? No, I don't have any thoughts on the draft. I want to keep this like point guard discussion going. I want to keep this any type of thing you guys want to talk about as far as this season in the starting lineup. I'm with it. Or next season starting lineup. Is this about for next season startup? If so, I believe White should start. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. I'm not saying it's you, Eric. I'm not saying you did it, but a lot of people are jumping on that bandwagon, that White bandwagon, saying, you know what? That didn't sound right, that White bandwagon. But anyway, everybody's jumping on the Derek White bandwagon and saying, you know what? He should be the starting point guard. And as soon as he plays bad, as soon as he has some bad games, people will be back saying, we missed DeJounte. I am of the believer that even when Derek White don't play well, he's still the starting point guard just because he's going to need that. You know what I mean? He's a perfect point guard in my estimate. He's a pass first, and if the team needs him, he's gonna score. That's all you can ask for from a point guard. That's what you want. You want a point guard that makes everyone better, and if everyone's screwing up, he's like, all right, I got it. I got it. Murray is more the mindset of, no, I got it, which is fine. But you know what the type of guys had that type of mindset? A Kobe. I'm not saying he's a Kobe. Don't give me. Come on. That's Kobe. That's Black Mama. But that's a Kobe, Michael Jordan type player. It's taking some tears down just so we can get it off a God level and bring it down to the kings and princes. That's a Carmelo type player. That's a Jamal Crawford, that's his idol, by the way. That's his mentor is Jamal Crawford. So it's those type of players that are more so, let me shoot first. Fine, nothing wrong with it. But you know what do all those guys got in common? They're either shooting guard, small forward. And you know what the guys that are, let me attack first, they don't end that well. It just don't. If you're a point guard that way, it usually don't. Now, he's considered shooting guard. I was about to say Allen Iverson. There's a huge debate whether Allen Iverson is a shooting guard or point guard, but yeah, let's just say he's a shooting guard. I ain't gonna go there. Call me crazy, but we should trade DeMar. Okay. Shoot, I like this. Kevin, you got a lot of controversial things to say. When DJ comes back, DeMar will lose a lot of ball. Okay. All right. What would you like, White or DJ, to improve in the offseason to hit the next level? To improve in the offseason. Oh, what do I want them to improve? I want DeJounte Murray to improve his jump shot, period. Mid-range stroke, sharp stroke. And now he got even more time to do it. So that's basically it. I don't think DeJounte Murray is going to be able to develop like a court vision like how I picture it. As far as what I would want Derek White to work on, his confidence. I think it's growing this season, but I think he really needs the key to go. I think sometimes he gets down on himself. Sometimes he gets a little upset when things don't go his way. And I really think that he's going to have to work on being more of a vocal leader and being more of a good leader just as far as his body language. He does it with his play. Don't get me wrong. He does it with his play. But his body language, it needs some work. So if I want White to work on something, it's his body language. He can shoot. He can do everything a point guard can do, but his body language is terrible. Murray's body language is great. He got a lot of confidence. His body language is on point. Okay. With DeMar dribbling the ball, we have nothing to do with DJ. One of them have to go. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, so you're saying with. Okay. DeMar DeRozan isn't a one-trick pony. So I understand what you're saying because this season he's been forced to have to be that type of facilitator or whatever. He's not a one-trick pony. He can play defense when he wants to. He can attack the rim. He can get rebounds. He got a deadly mid-range stroke. And DeMar DeRozan is, I would say LA is probably the best player on the team, but DeMar DeRozan is the second best player. I don't think DeJounte Murray coming back means that he's going to be the third best. No. DeRozan is a veteran, and he is a top-tier player, period. He needs a three-point shooting stroke because there's going to be plenty of games, and we're going to suffer from it. When the playoffs hit, we're going to suffer from it. Trust me. I already know we're going to suffer from it. It's going to be games where we're down by 3, and we need a 3, or we're down by 6 with a few minutes left, and we need a 3, and we're not going to be able to get it from nobody because our star can't shoot threes. But he is a big shot maker. He's a Kobe-type archetype, and he can ball. So I'm not going to say that he's not going to find a way into the offense. He's too good not to. He will still have the ball more than Murray. That's just how I see it. Dwayne Wade. Okay, yeah, Dwayne Wade. I guess when I was talking about, players that Shoot first. Yeah, Dwayne Wade is perfect. I would rather trade DeMar for a small forward or a center. Man, you guys are quick. People are quick to say trade you. I feel like we don't know Murray's decision-making skills yet because last year when he was our point guard, any problem, he just passed the ball to LMA. This year we sharing with Debo as well. I don't. It's hard to explain when I'm saying I think I'm not going to be able to get through to everybody on what I'm trying to say because it's not complicated, but it's just hard to explain. When I say that this guy has court vision, it's as simple as that. He has court. I just see it. You're just going to see it. You're just going to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a play that stands out like, damn, how did he make that play? Damn, where'd that come from? Even Tony Parker had plenty of plays where he, like, you remember that one play where he drove, and I can't remember who we were going against, and you guys will remember, but it was the best Tony Parker pass of all time, and he drove to the right, went behind his back, passed it behind his back, and had Tim Duncan wide open for a mid-range, and I said, damn, how did you get that off? That's the type of plays I mean. DeMar has been playing for all season. Has some of y'all even been watching the games? Dang, what they been saying? He's money from 18 feet, and it shouldn't be too hard for DeMar to step back a few feet. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine, guys. Yeah, don't worry about DeMar DeRozan, his jump. The thing about DeMar DeRozan is every season he improves on something. When DeMar DeRozan came to the league, he was not a shooting player at all, let alone a playmaker. Now you always saw a little bit of his playmaking skills, but he emphasized it on a little bit more. White should start point next season. Move Murray to shooting guard. Yeah. We talked about that already. Now we just ranting. I've been in here for like 41 minutes, so now we just talking about whatever. And I already know when I upload this, it's gonna be like, man, the retention rate is gonna be low as. Let me see. We got Bellinelli for that game-winning 3, fam. F you mean? What y'all talking about, bro? DJ is a Westbrook kind of player without the 3. I would argue that Westbrook is a kind of player without the 3. A Westbrook is a Westbrook without the 3. So you can just straight up say DJ is a Westbrook type player because Westbrook don't have a Westbrook can shoot the 3. Don't get me wrong, but he get him in some trouble. He think he can make shots that he cannot. Sometimes he think he's Steph Curry out there for real. I can't believe I just said for real. Ugh. Why did I say that? Oh my god, dude. Okay, all right. I think White and DJ should start next season, but I don't know what the Spurs should do with DeRozan because I don't see those 3 fitting naturally. They need someone like Rocco. Okay. I feel stupid because I don't know who that is. I feel like we don't know Murray's. Okay, I read that already. Yeah. Should we sign Drew to guaranteed contract? Y'all, man, I swear, y'all. LA is 34. That scares me. Hey, let me say this, Kevin. I'm not worried about LA. You know why? You said he's 34, right? He had his season high this season with 56 points. I would argue that he's in his prime right now. You know who else was probably in their prime at 34? I'll wait. Michael Jordan. That man won his last championship when he was 34. I don't know if he was really in his prime when he was 34. I didn't really get to see a lot of Michael Jordan. I was too young. But still, there you go. That man was 34 when he won his championship. Yep. This right here. LA is 34 and shooting his best true shooting percentage. I'm sorry, Nick Robbins said, please don't compare LA to MJ. I'm not. I didn't do it. I was just making a point. I'm not quick to say this person's age is this person's age is this, because sometimes you hit your prime when you get a little older, especially when you're a big man. If you take care of yourself and you're a big man, you can very well hit your prime in your 30s. I'm just saying, you very well can. And one thing that's beautiful about LA, and the same thing that happened with Kobe, it looked like I'm comparing him to Kobe now. One thing about LA, LA does not rely on his athleticism to get the job done. So, with that being said, LA is a mid-range shooter. Yes, he get up there for blocks. Yes, he gets the rebounds, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But he doesn't have a lot of knick-knack injuries. He doesn't get injured often at all. And on top of it, he doesn't use his athletic ability to get the job done. You know what I mean? Now, if we were talking players that were athletic and now they're getting older and they don't have that athleticism, they don't have that bounce no more, that's one thing. But he has a fadeaway jumper that he does. Yes, he drives to the basket as well, but he got a fadeaway jumper. And not only that, the rules in the NBA is more on his side. He can get a foul call very easily, and the guys that he go against, if you keep him at point guard, are fairly smaller than him. So as far as saying how long he can probably play for a good minute. Who's your GOAT, Clan? Ooh, yes, talk about that. Ooh, yes. Should I stop this stream and start a new stream to talk about who's my GOAT? Should I do that? Should I do that? I think I should. I think it's only right to stop this stream and start a new one. Should I do that? Y'all tell me. You said I guess. Let's go. Sure. I think I'm gonna do that. So everybody that's in here, I'm gonna end this one and I'm gonna start a new one and I'm gonna talk about who's my GOAT because I don't want that to go to waste on this one. So I'll be right back. Let me get off of this one. And that was the discussion. Peace. Deuces. I'll see you in like